Hi Sri Krishna. I heard that you have created an HSHS initiative. Could you please explain what it is?
So, hello everyone. HSHS means Hamara Swast, Hamara Sukha, which basically translates to our health, our happiness. Now, why do we need this? I believe that everyone requires on time and timely medical attention. Why? Because as you see here, our family needs us and our country cares for us. So, on time medical attention is a must for everybody. Now, the reason why I thought of developing HSHS is basically because of a few scenarios which I faced in my own life. For example, one day a boy was playing outside of our house. His house had actually been like 4 or 5 streets away from our house. So what happened is a van crashed and hit the boy, and the boy fell down unconscious, and the van just speeded away and left. Then a few people saw the boy. They tried to identify who he was, but they couldn't identify him. He had no sort of ID card or anything like that, and they didn't know who his parents were either. So then they took him in an ambulance to the hospital, and there the doctor actually found out that he had a rare blood group, and at the same time he also had a heart condition which was not known previously. The parents got to know that he had gotten injured only 3 hours later. Now, at this point, I felt like if there was some sort of a solution where people could easily identify who the boy is, his contact details, or his emergency medical information, it would be really helpful. Another scenario which I faced was one day I saw alongside the road on one side a man had fallen down unconscious. People initially thought he was drunk, and so they just left him. Some people who were passing by tried to help him, but he was unconscious, and at the same time his phone screen had also broken, and he had no other sort of identification. Then they took him to the hospital through an ambulance, but then they later found out he had some medical conditions, and by then it was too late. The police themselves took some time to find out his relatives, and for that it took around 6 to 7 hours. At this point, if they had some sort of an information about his medical summary or his emergency contact details, then prompt medical attention could have been arranged for him faster. So that's the idea. And how do we achieve this? Now we see that QR codes are being used in a lot of places. So my idea was, why can't we use QR codes to create a sort of a emergency medical summary of a person? So this is the full idea. And for emergency medical summary, you can scan this QR code. This QR code, you can stick it in your phone, for example, like this. For example, in your wallet or in your purse or in the backside of your cell phone or behind your watch or anywhere else, even your shirt. So for example, if you scan that QR code, basically you will get emergency medical summary of a person. This is an example. Now, what are the immediate medical information which someone needs to know to help someone? I believe it's first of all blood group, what kind of medicines they are taking, their previous medical history, urgent medical history, and you can add prescriptions if you want. You can also add your photo. So this is the overall medical summary of the person.
Okay, do we have to stick the QR code in this size?
No, actually, the QR code has been shown like this just for display purposes. So this is the QR code, but you can also have it in the form of a keychain or like a pendant, for example, like you see here. Recently, two parents approached us to create a HSHS QR code for their child. So we made one in the form of a small pendant or keychain. Since they were traveling and he had some health issues, they requested the keychain. So you can have this in any sort of size, no problem.
Since you said you can create a profile page of the medical summary, is photo required? Is it a must?
Yes, photo is mandatory. Now consider this scenario. Let's say 5 friends are traveling by bike, and they suddenly meet with an accident and all five of them fall down unconscious. Now somebody tries to go and help them, and they see that they have HSHS QR codes. They try to scan the QR codes, but then when there's no photo, they will not be able to identify who is who. Let's say some person needs emergency medical attention. How will you be able to identify which person that is? So with the use of a photo, it becomes really easy to identify the people in case of emergency situations. Maybe even arrange for ambulance or any kind of urgent medical attention based on a priority basis.
Okay. Uh, in case if I want to create HSHS medical summary, do I have to reach you or do you have any other options?
No, for example, you can scan this QR code here. Yeah, so you can scan this QR code, same QR code here. So by scanning this QR code, you will be directed to a page where it will basically look like this. So you can fill out all of your medical summary information here. For example, your blood group, all of your past medical history, your current medicines that you're taking, and your emergency contact details can all be filled here.
Okay.
And you can create the new QR code and you can stick it wherever you want. For example, in your even in your shirt or anywhere, like the keychains and everything.
Fine, that was nice. Actually, I just want to know who is using this QR code and who do you wish they should use the QR code?
I believe that everyone should start using these QR codes. Especially, I believe that it should become a culture or a habit where people, for example, you see some accident on the road or some other medical emergency for a person. Immediately, people should start looking, does this person have a HSHS QR code? I believe looking for QR code should be a habit because the QR code is a very easy way to convey the medical summary and information of a person. Now you can create this QR code, and this is basically like a one-time QR code. You have to create this and print it once. Then you can update your medical summary and medical prescriptions repeatedly, how many ever times you want.
Suppose if I have taken a QR code and I have stuck in my mobile, and in future my medical conditions or prescriptions, anything is changed, do I have to reprint the QR code?
No, that will not be necessary. As I said earlier, the QR code is one time, you just have to print it once. Then you can change the medical summary and information, add new prescriptions and all that later on. Now, I actually believe that since the government is issuing many things, for example, medical ID cards and so on, and also even during insurance, I believe that if you include the HSHS QR code, it would be very helpful there.
Oh, fine, thanks. Do you have any other solutions in HSHS?
So this is one aspect which we have been discussing related to the medical summary. There's another aspect which we've been working on, which is medical records, anytime, anywhere medical records. Now, this is also motivated by a scenario which I faced. Actually, my uncle had traveled to the United States recently for a business trip, and he actually had surgery 6 months ago in his abdomen area. Now in the US, again, he faced an issue where he had bleeding in his stomach. So he consulted the doctor in the US, and the doctor actually asked him for his previous medical records, what was his surgery information. But he was not having any of that because of his sudden business trip. So he actually tried to call his wife back home in India. But at that time, it was 2:30 a.m. in the morning in India. So his wife had missed his call. And his treatment also got delayed by 6 or 7 hours because he could not reach his wife. So at this time, if medical records were easily available to him, he could have easily informed the doctor. At the same time, he also had an issue where he was facing an allergy to a medication he took previously. And now, if he had the medical records, he could have easily identified what that medication was, since he did not remember it back then. So that's what our second solution is all about. People can store their complete medical records in our HSHS Medical Records app.
Okay. From which age we can create this HSHS?
I believe that you can start creating it right from when the child is born. Actually, there's a scenario even for this also. So recently, my friend had gone outside abroad, and there he had a medical situation, so he had gone to the doctor. There the doctor actually asked him, have you taken any hepatitis vaccinations? And he had absolutely no idea. So I believe that at least, if not for him, at least his children should be able to have the luxury of having their medical records safe and retrievable in any sort of situation. Now, for the HSHS medical records, you can actually filter it based on your doctor name, your hospital name, or for example, the disease or branch of medicine, for example, ophthalmology, cardiology, neurology, nephrology, and so on. For example, if you're going to meet an eye doctor, ophthalmologist, you only have to filter out and show him the eye-related problems which you're having. So HSHS medical records gives you the ability to do that.
Thank you so much, Sri Krishna. Your initiative and your motto was so nice. I would wish to reach this HSHS QR to everybody, and even I am happy to use this solution. Thank you so much.
Thank you.